people, what's up YouTube? I know I've been off the radar for a very long time, and I know I've been here and there for a very long time, but this is a video I've been wanting to record for the longest time. So here are the few things you need to know before coming to Sarawak. So first things first, what you need to pack, what's in your bag. So what is in your bag is important when you're coming to Sarawak. If you're a woman, if I'm talking to any ladies right now, you need to pack your braids. Pack your braids until you cannot pack your bag anymore. Actually, pack a whole bag full of braids before you come here. You need your braids, you need your wigs, you need your weaves, you need your hair pieces. I don't know, whatever it is you need to survive, you need to have that, because you're not, and I repeat, you are not going to find that here. The second thing, and this is not necessarily something you have to pack, is a skill. Now, we're talking about hair, and I'm going to touch on everything to do with hair. You need to know how to do your own hair. The thing is, you're coming to Southeast Asia, the east part of Southeast Asia. So that means that you are not going to find any black people, at least any people with the expertise that you need for your hair. So you're gonna need to be self-sufficient. You're gonna need to know how to do your own hair. It took me about 1.5 years to know how to do my hair. By the way, I did this by myself. Thank you. I did this by myself. I now know how to do my own hair, because this is a place where you can't find people who can do your hair like the way you find them every corner of the city in Africa. So you're gonna need to know how to do your own hair, and you're gonna need to know how to do other people's hair. This has been a side hustle for me, and I promise you, you're gonna make a lot of money out of this side hustle. So when you know how to do people's hair, people are gonna come to you, and guess what? If you know how to do someone's hair and your own hair, you're not gonna need anyone to do your hair, so you're not gonna be paying someone to do your hair, and you're gonna be making other people pay for you to do their hair, so you're getting money out of that. So learn a skill, know how to do hair. The third thing you need to pack is your food. If you come from Zimbabwe, then pack your sadza, pack your wufu. Come with all the dried stuff that you're used to. If you come from Nigeria, come with all the dried things that you're used to. If you come from any part of Africa at all, this is Sarawak, this is Asia. They probably don't have what you're used to. So pack the food that you like, pack your favorite spices, pack the things that you know you can't find anywhere else in the world, because believe you me, it's a transition. You're coming here to get used to Asian food. So you need to be patient, and you need to train yourself to transition properly. You don't want to just come from Africa to Asia like that. You might not like the taste the first time. So at least if you have a backup in your bag, and you know that, okay, I don't like this, but I can go home and cook this for myself, then you're not going to be frustrated. So come with your favorite food, all the food that you know that will sustain you for a long time. Pack it, come with it, because you're not going to find it here. Let's talk about the fourth thing that you're going to need to pack. Pack all your summer clothes. This is my favorite thing about Malaysia. Malaysia is forever summer. 365 days a year, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. It is summer in Malaysia. There is not one cold day in Malaysia unless it's the end of the world. So you need to pack all your summer clothes, all your open clothes, or your shorts, or your short dresses, or your nice summer, everything that you think is summer. Guys, your shorts and your shirts and everything that is just summer is what you need to pack in your bag. You're not gonna need those boots with fur and all those leather jackets. Sell them, make some money out of it. If you're coming to Sarawak for a long time, you're not gonna need anything winter, okay? Prepare yourself for the lightest clothes ever. Now that we're done with packing, let's talk about the cost of living. The cost of living is low. It's really, really low. Now, I know people might not be familiar with economics and everything to do with business, so I'm not going to get into it and talk to you about the GDP and everything like that, and the minimum wage and stuff like that. But I'm going to tell you that the price of fuel is really low. 1 liter of petrol is way less than $1 in Malaysia. So that means that everything is quite minimized, and the prices are humble, okay? You're not going to need to have a whole bag of money to go out and to live a normal life. You're going to need, the most average amount of money ever to survive. The only thing that I can tell you is that if you're coming to work in Malaysia, you're probably not gonna save that much, you know, especially I know that people come to Malaysia and you come from Nigeria, you come from Zimbabwe, you want to work and send money home. That might be tricky because the money you're gonna earn is enough and good for you to live in Malaysia, because things are very low. Remember, the Malaysian ringgit is 4 ringgit is to $1. So that means if you're working in Malaysia, you're comfortable, you're good, you can buy cars, you can do whatever you want, but you can't send money home, because now when you're outside Malaysia, the ringgit is not that powerful and things are probably going to be tricky. But if you're staying in Malaysia and you're a student, it's going to be fun. Guess what? You can rent cars. No, I mean Sarawak, by the way. If you're coming to Sarawak, you're gonna be able to rent a car, you're gonna be able to live in a good house, you're gonna be able to do a lot of things, because the cost of living is relatively low and things are relatively affordable. You can afford to buy clothes, you can afford to travel, you can afford to go to nice places here and there, you can afford to do all those things. So the cost of living, check. Right, let's talk about holidays and traveling. Malaysia has an airline called Air Asia, and this airline is like the most affordable airline I have ever heard of in my life, okay? They did not ask me to promote them or anything. I'm just doing this because, you know, I appreciate their low cost pricing. With Sarawak is that you can fly to a lot of different places for very low prices. So that means that you're gonna have holidays, you're gonna have to travel to beautiful places. I went to a few different beautiful places, and I'm still, you know, hoping to go to a lot of other places before I leave Malaysia. So if you're coming to Sarawak, you're gonna be able to afford little trips to go out there and do certain things that you'd never be actually able to do. So this is an advantage. If you're coming to Sarawak, it's gonna be cheap for you to travel. Now that we talked about that, let's talk about love and relationships. Now, if you're a girl, forget it. Forget it. You're not gonna find love here. Forget it. Cancel it. If you were thinking that you're gonna break up with your boo and come to Malaysia, to come to Sarawak, and then you're gonna find, you know, new bae and you're gonna have the good life, forget that dream, okay? Just throw it away and never think like that ever again, because that is not gonna happen. You're not gonna find bae in Sarawak, okay? If you're an African girl like me and you come from Africa and you come to Sarawak, it's gonna be dry. Let's just get used to that. You're not gonna do anything. Don't break up. I did that. Don't break up with your guy because you can't do long distance and you just come to Sarawak thinking that you're gonna find love. It's not gonna happen. Do the long distance thing. Take it from me, okay? Take it from me. If you're a guy, I guess things are different, because for some reason these Sarawakian girls are so in love with the cocoa for some reason, okay? I have seen a lot of relationships. Guy from Africa, girl from Sarawak. Everywhere I go, it happens like that. Guy from Africa, girl from Asia. It's never guy, girl from Africa, guy from Asia. I've never actually seen that. I don't know. I have never actually seen that in Sarawak. I've never seen that. So I've also seen, you know, a couple who actually had their wedding here in Sarawak. The guy came from Nigeria, the girl came from Sarawak, and now they have a baby and they're really happy. So if you're a guy, man, I mean, you're in luck. You're gonna have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 girls to hang out with. So I guess, you know, you're lucky. Now, what you need to know is that Malaysia as a whole is a Muslim country. So when you're coming to Sarawak, you need to understand that if you're from another religion which is not Islam, which is not Muslim, you're going to need to get used to the fact that there are a lot of Muslims in Malaysia, and there are a lot of Muslims in Sarawak. So you're going to need to diversify. If you come from the Islam religion, or if you're a Muslim, then you're coming home, because Sarawak, Malaysia in its entirety is a Muslim country, so you're gonna be used to everything real quick. So if you're a Christian, Sarawak has more Christians than Muslims, so you're gonna find a lot of churches, so that means that you can adjust quickly. I'm personally a Christian and I adjusted really fast. When I got to Miri, which is one of the cities in Sarawak, I immediately found a church which I've been committed to for about 2.5 years. So you're gonna find a good place for you to go and worship. The other thing you need to get used to is that language is a huge barrier. When you come to Sarawak, you're gonna need to get used to the fact that people are not used to speaking in English the way that you are used to speaking in English, and that is if you come from a country, you know, that speaks English. So you need to speak slow, don't speak anything too fast, and you also need to pick a few words in Bahasa so that your communication is effective. People in Sarawak have some words that they like to keep Bahasa. They like to keep some phrases in Bahasa more than English. For example, rice and chicken is called nasi goreng. So whether or not you're Sarawakian, you need to know how to say nasi goreng. Why? Because you're gonna need to communicate effectively when you're ordering your food. So the words that you need to pick up for you to be able to communicate effectively with people, okay? So you're gonna need to know how to say hello, how to say thank you, how to say goodbye, how to say, you know, rice and chicken, how to say this and that. You know, you're gonna need to pick up these few words, which is good because then you're learning like a third language. So that is good. I think I've touched on everything that you need to know, the basics to prepare you to come to Sarawak, what to pack, what to expect. So if you're planning to come to Sarawak, whether it is you're coming to school or you're coming to work, then I guess this video kind of prepares you to come to Sarawak, because I know if you search on the internet, if you search on YouTube or on the blogs or wherever, you can't really find anything on Sarawak. So I hope this video is helpful for everybody who wants to come to Sarawak. Prepare to come to a humble, you know, island full of nature. Let me tell you something that probably most people don't know. Sarawak has one of the oldest rainforests in the world. This is Borneo. It's called Borneo. So the whole of Sarawak, or most of Sarawak, is a rainforest, which is one of the oldest rainforests in the world. Actually, it's the oldest rainforest in the world. So you're coming to a place of nature. So forget about the planes and everything. Think of the bugs and the birds and the nature and everything that you're gonna find here. Think of the street food. If you're an African coming from Canada, or if you're coming from someplace in America, then forget about all the sanitized restaurants that you're used to. Forget about tipping the waiter and all that fancy stuff. You're coming to a place that is so humble, so much humility. You're gonna find street food, diversity. You're gonna find a lot of cultures. You're gonna find a lot of types of food. I love the street food. I absolutely love the street food. You find Indian, you find Chinese, you find Malaysian food right there in the streets. They have these little restaurants and people just kind of, you know, start their food businesses and sell the most delicious food just anywhere out there. So you could be walking in the street and right next to you could be this abang or this uncle selling, you know, this nice nasi goreng ayam, or these nice chicken wings with spices. You could find anything you want in the streets, and that's just what I love about Sarawak. Okay, so when you're coming here, prepare to be humble. Throw away your attitude and your ego, because you're gonna be walking in flip-flops, going to the beach, sunbathing, swimming every day, and just, you know, letting loose. Okay, I would advise, you know, if you're tired of life and you're tired of the fast life and you're tired of everything to do just with the world going too fast, come to Sarawak for a few years or months and just like let your hair down and just see how life can just be slow, see the beautiful sunsets, just see nature at its best. Okay, so, you know, I think I've done my part and I've prepared for you to come to Sarawak. Don't say Caroline didn't tell you. Wait, before I go, I'm really sorry. I know my camera is not the best camera in the world, but I'm planning on buying a new camera, so I'm gonna be shooting my videos in HD soon. But for now, please like my videos, please comment, please subscribe to my channel, because I have a lot of things in store for my channel. So once I save up enough money and I buy a good, brilliant, crisp camera, I'm gonna be delivering like the best videos ever. So you guys stay tuned, okay? Just subscribe to my channel, like and comment, and keep in touch, because like I have too much that's coming. So So until I see you again, in Bahasa we say Selamat tinggal, okay? Until I see you again, thank you. Terima kasih for watching my video. I will see you again next time. For now, I'm out.